Oh boy, I hope I have the brain for whatever is coming our way. When we last left off, what happened?
We put Adrian Andrews on the stand, and after a lot of pointing fingers, we asked her some questions, and she went, "I plead the fifth," and that was the end of that.
Okay, let me check the notes for a second. Adrian Andrews on the stand mentions her relationship with Corrida. Judge doesn't read Gossipland. Didn't kill Corrida, is what she says. She says she found the body. Yep, she broke a flower vase on top of the guitar case. The crime scene photo, she was wearing the outfit, and it made no sense because of the height, and as a result, the hakama was wrinkled at the bottom. There was also a problem with fingerprints on the glass, but not on
The guitar case.
Exactly.
And Phoenix was like, "Hey, like, it's weird because if the case was open, why is there no water inside?"
Correct.
And the flower vase or vase broke down.
We still didn't follow through on Old Bag stealing the... Wait, hold on. No, we did talk to her about stealing the camera.
Oh yeah, Old Bag is off the stand right now.
Yeah, I'm just going with like, because we're in the 1 day. We're in the 1 day trial, right?
Yep. The judge wanted to adjourn for the next day, and Phoenix was like, "No, please, no." And Edgeworth was like, "Hey, you know what? I think we can keep on going."
I guess what I'm trying to do is I'm like, are we done with this piece of evidence? Did that we accused her, it came up, and then that was the end of it? Or, because we have that in there. We have this, which was used to prove that On Guard did not know what was going to come at the post-stage ceremony.
On Guard did not know, and they believe that Corrida wanted to put
to admit a crime.
To admit something.
Admit something that we don't know about yet. Yes, exactly. Then there was presenting the poster as to reference the costume.
Right.
So this was important. This was a way of referring to the costume itself, potentially being hidden inside the guitar case. We also talked about the knife being used or taken from On Guard's room to stab into someone that has already been killed by strangulation. We didn't make use of the autopsy reports or the suicide reports. Yeah, okay. Yeah, this is a particularly tricky one because usually we would want to stop after a recess or so, but unfortunately we're stopping right in the middle of the momentum, so it's going to be asking your memory, it's going to be pulling on memory for this, and I'm just trying to remember exactly where we were. Okay.
So, we're going into this. That glass of juice, I didn't really pour it for myself. I was surprised when I walked into the room and saw it in that messy state. And Juan, he was sitting slumped over and tired looking in the corner. When I saw him sitting like that, the thought that he was dead didn't cross my mind. To be honest, I thought he had just fainted or something, so I went to pour him some juice.
Okay, wait, hold on. I'm just remembering. Right, okay, so she's updating the juice moment, and at the time, On Guard was in his own version of the costume, asleep in the room, and we saw that moment depicted.
Mm-hmm.
So it was a secondary costume as well.
Yeah. When I realized that he was dead, that's when I knocked the flower vase over. So you poured that glass of juice for the victim. Why didn't you say so in your earlier testimony? I didn't think I needed to include something so trivial. Phoenix, be careful here. If you can't find anything wrong with this testimony, then there's nothing left.
I know. Edgeworth, what the heck is going on with that brain of yours?
Now then, Mr. Wright, you may begin your cross-examination. What happened when you found the body? This is what it all comes down to. This is the absolute end for both sides, and Adrienne is letting her guard down. Phoenix, now is our best chance to yet kill the prosecution's case.
Isn't that a bit harsh? Miss Andrews, will you tell us the truth this time? But there wasn't anyone else in the room, right?
Of course not.
Then who did you pour it for?
Mr. Wright, there is a rhyme and reason for everything. Can you wait just a little longer for it to be revealed to you? In other words, Wright, be quiet and listen. Precisely. I couldn't have said it better myself.
So it was a mess? Are you sure it wasn't messy because of your fight with Mr. Corrida?
I understand your frustrations at not being able to prove your theory. However, before you go accusing people of crimes, go find yourself some evidence. And then, what did you see next, witness? And Juan, he was sitting slumped over and tired looking in the corner.
Slumped over?
Yes, he was just sitting there, with his head tilted forward, eyes closed. He really looked like he was sleeping.
Is it just me, or did that right there sound a little odd? Then what did cross your mind?
I thought maybe he had smashed everything up in anger because he lost the Grand Prix, and then felt tired after his rampage, so he decided to take a nap. Anyways, that's what I thought. I see. So you didn't think he was dead at all? To be honest, I just thought he had fainted or something. Fainted. So I went to pour him some juice.
You thought he fainted?
I thought he was asleep at first. But then the room was in such a messy state. I thought maybe he had gotten into a fight with someone. And that's when you went to pour the glass of juice. Yes. He always has a hard time waking up, so Juan always has a glass of tomato juice to drink. I see. And after that, what happened next? When I realized that he was dead, that's when I knocked over the flower vase.
And how did you come to realize that he was, in fact, dead?
I shook him over and over, but I never got a response. So I set the glass down on the dresser and tried to take his pulse.
Do we got fingerprints for that?
I was shocked and staggered backward and knocked the flower vase over. So that's what happened. Yes. This is what it all comes down to.
So you honestly didn't think he was dead when you found him?
No, not at all.
Even though this is what you saw when you discovered the body?
What is the meaning of this?
Isn't it obvious, Your Honor? There's a knife sticking straight out of Mr. Corrida's chest. Anyone who saw this scene would have immediately thought here was a dead man.
Well, you see...
I doubt a single person in the world would mistake this for someone who fainted, and then so nonchalantly go pouring something like to drink.
Your point is...
Miss Andrews, your testimony just now, it was all one giant lie. And your lie has proven one thing very clearly. That you are the real killer.
No! It looks like the defense has somehow brought the ugly truth to light. The defendant, Mr. Matt Angard, is not guilty after all. But that's impossible. You're wrong. Miss Andrews, try to have some composure. It wasn't me. It wasn't me, I tell you. It was Matt. I swear it. He's the one who killed Juan.
You were the one who refused to testify. And your reason for not doing so was that you thought you might end up incriminating yourself.
That's because... Miss Andrews, I will give you one last chance. What exactly are you hiding that may incriminate you? I refuse to testify. That's suspicious as hell. And there's no need for this court to continue any further. Mr. Matt Angard's innocence has clearly been demonstrated.
Is it over? Have we found the truth at last?
What's wrong, Phoenix?
Usually the real killer confesses his or her guilt. And now that I think about it, this is the first time someone hasn't.
Now then, I would like to hand down my verdict for Mr. Matt Angard. Your Honor, the prosecution feels that it would be premature to pass down a verdict at this time. What? The reason is quite simple. This witness has yet to speak the absolute real truth. The absolute real truth? What are you...
So you just puppet master the judge, and thus you control the justice system. As long as you can pull the strings on the judge, Edgeworth is in charge.
And that string is long, long strings. Witness, don't you understand yet? Huh? I don't know who planted this silly idea in your head, but as long as you protect yourself through your silence, Matt Angard will go free, and in his place, you will become the guilty party. That's a lie. I don't believe you.
Oh my god, are you that dense? Damn it, Andrews, I thought you were pretty smart.
What? I was told if I spoke, then it would be all over, and Matt would never be declared guilty.
What in the world is she talking about? Has she lost it?
I can't speak about it. I'm too scared. It's Franziska von Karma.
Huh?
Don't you remember, Phoenix? Miss Andrews lives by gripping tightly onto the words of another.
Or is it the person who shot Von Karma?
Because she doesn't have the strength to believe in herself.
Lest we forget she's been shot. And also, we have someone listening to our shit in our pocket. And a kidnapped friend in a basement. And right now, Miss Andrews is...
Yesterday she was tossed by a lifesaver by Miss Von Karma. Don't say a word, no matter what happens. If you do, Matt Lancaris will be acquitted. Miss Andrews undyingly believes in those words right now, and is clinging on to them.
Then what should we do? This is the first time I've ever come across anything like this. Well, Miss Andrews has to be the killer, right? All we have to do now is get our not guilty. That is my only priority. Yeah, just don't think about the larger fucking blackmail and or kidnapping occurring behind the scenes.
Don't worry about it.
Don't factor that in to the logic whatsoever.
It wasn't me. I'm begging you, please believe me. I didn't kill Juan. Help. Please. Someone. Help me. Mr. Wright.
Yes, Your Honor.
The court can't continue on like this. Therefore, I'd like to hear what you intend to do.
Should I murder this woman? Or murder this man? Someone's getting murdered. By the state?
Apparently by the end of the day.
Should it be you, then? My sword cannot return to its scabbard until it tastes blood. Like, what I intend to do? What am I supposed to do? What am I supposed to say?
Right. I suggest you think very carefully about this. Think about what this witness did and what she did not do. And think about who is the real mastermind behind this crime.
Who's the real mastermind? Isn't that obvious?
Oh?
Is Phoenix just like, is he just caught up in the moment? Is it like the thing in front of me is the only thing that exists? And things that happened in the past didn't actually happen. Does Mia have to ghost remind me of that shit that I was there for? There's no one else it could be except this woman crying over there. Right?
Come now. What will you do? What kind of man are you, Mr. Phoenix Wright?
I have to win a complete acquittal today. There's no way around that. But I can't bring myself to do it like this. Not when she's making a face like that.
Oh, word? That's what's stopping you?
Yeah. If the liar continues to believe... Perhaps this is the... you know what? I don't want to prematurely throw some shit on somebody, but if Shu Takumi, who's writing all of these, is like... And then the guilty party will confess no matter what. What if they don't? What if they're actually super murderous, but they believe their own shit to the end? You know? There admittedly has not yet been someone who has been, like dragged away kicking and screaming, I didn't do it, and then is like, well, or like not fit to stand trial because they're insane, you know? But yeah. No frame of, oh no, her glasses did break. That is true, and she replaced them.
Like 7 times.
Miss Andrews, I'd like to know what you're really hiding.
Mr. Wright, Are you sure you know what you're doing?
Sure, Mr. On Guard would be getting an acquittal, but in his place, you would be found guilty. Is this really how you want this trial to end?
Be quiet. How dare you? You're trying to trick me.
And I guess here stands the difference between Phoenix and a Von Karma, right? Victory by any means versus getting to the bottom of things. And, to that degree, Edgeworth as well.
That's enough. I commend you for trying, Mr. Edgeworth. However, it's clear that the defense's theory is the truth. You're wrong. What a shame. I had hoped things wouldn't come to this. However...
Aw, shit, it's time for psychology in reverse.
What is it, Mr. Edgeworth?
Miss Andrews, since you absolutely refuse to testify, it falls on my shoulders to disclose this to the court. Stop.
Mr. Edgeworth?
This witness, how should I put this? She has an illness. What?
Oh boy.
And because of this illness, she has tried to commit suicide in the past. Stop. Please stop. No matter how much you want to hide it, it's no use. I have the evidence right here. That's
the second part of the suicide report. The attempted suicide report.
What will you do now, witness? You know what I am about to do, don't you?
Oh my god. Oh, that's brutal.
For the sake of the truth.
No. For the sake of saving her life. If he doesn't do this, she's gonna die. It's like tactless and fucking horrible, but it's literally saving her life. Right? And she doesn't have, clearly, enough... Like, she's traumatized enough that she's unable to self-preserve in this moment.
And sacrifice herself.
And this damage, in this moment, if we're treating this realistically, is insanely traumatizing. This is like, you're gonna spend the rest of your life working this off. But at least you'll be alive. Ugh.
I will now reveal to the court the true nature of the pitiful woman known as Adrian Andrews.
Okay, bro, relax. Peel it back, Miles. The secret of her dependent nature. Having other people know about it scares her more than anything else in the world.
Please stop. I beg you. If people find out, I'll... If you're going to say you would choose death, that is of no concern to me.
I don't believe you. You're full of shit. You don't gotta call her pitiful though. That's wild, bro. Edgeworth, how could you be so cold? He's lying.
However, before you die, I will pull the truth from your still breathing lips. No matter what I have to do.
Oh, updated suicide report. Fuck.
So, will you tell the court yourself, or shall I? Either is fine with me. I'll talk, but please, help me.
Although, strangely, like, I would assume that she simply would not want, like, her previous you know, her past to come up in this context, it seems like she's more afraid of like the dependency issue being exposed as opposed to like the actual attempt. But I'm wrapping it all together, really.
Yeah.
Nothing matters anymore.
My crime.
When I first saw him, I really thought he had fainted. Honest. When I realized he was dead, that's when I formulated my plan. Once I made sure there was no one in the hallway, I made a dash back to Matt's room. And then, I stabbed Juan's dead body with a knife and ripped off the button. Just when I finished and I was returning to Matt's room, I had a bit of an inconvenience. And that's why I ended up using the nickel samurai costume.
Stab the body with a knife? Why would you do that?
Isn't it obvious? To pin the blame on a certain person. A certain cowardly man.
What do you mean by all this?
It might take this court a little while to understand, but this is the truth. The real killer is Matt. That scumbag of a man. I'll never forgive him. He's trying to escape his guilt again, just like last time.
Last time?
So, Miss Andrews stabbed the victim, Juan Corrida, in the chest with a knife. However, she didn't do it with murder in mind. She did it with the intent of framing Matt on guard for the murder.
Corrida's manager, not Matt's.
And this is her crime.
What's the connection? What? How is this possible? I mean, wasn't Miss Andrews supposed to be the real murderer? Wasn't I a dumbass?
Mr. Wright, please get over your shock and commence the cross-examination.
Thank you for your moment of fucking competence, Uji. We've been here all day.
Get over it.
When I first saw him, I really thought he had fainted. Honest.
Hold on, so... But you could tell from the state the room was in that there must have been a fight. Are you telling the truth when you say that you did not know he was dead?
He had a scarf tied around his neck. But that scarf is part of the Jamin Ninja's costume, so I didn't think anything about it. It was strange. His head was also tilted down a bit, so I couldn't see his face that well. That's why I thought I'd wake him up, and went to pour the juice. When I realized he was dead, that's when I formulated my plan.
What is this plan you had?
I knew right away the murderer was Matt. I knew because Juan, he was going to expose Matt's weakest weak point to the world. So Matt did this to stop Juan and silence him for good. That's when I thought I should forge some evidence and pin this crime on Matt. So the forged pieces of evidence were the knife and the button. The first thing that came to mind was to plant the knife. Once I made sure there was no one in the hallway, I made a dash back to Matt's room.
That was so you could get the knife, correct?
The knife Matt used at dinner had his fingerprints all over it. I thought if I used that, then the police would certainly turn their eyes towards him. Matt was napping with his costume on at the time. I slipped in, took the knife, and returned to the scene of the crime. And then I stabbed Juan's dead body with a knife and ripped off the button. Just when I finished, I was returning to Matt's room at a bit of an inconvenience.
So you were the one to stab the victim with that knife.
It gives me goosebumps to think about it now. What a horrible thing I did. But at the time, I couldn't control my own body. It moved on its own. Then, when I stabbed Juan's dead body, I suddenly realized something. If I used the button somehow, I could make Matt look even more suspect. So you thought to rip one of the buttons off and then plant it in Mr. Ungard's hakama? Yes, that's what I had planned to do. But things never go that smoothly, do they?
As long as she's twirling that card, we're not going to forget.
Just when I finished and was returning to Matt's room, I had a bit of an inconvenience.
An inconvenience?
There was a woman with a camera at the ready, loitering in the hallway.
I'm willing to bet my spikes that was Lotta.
There was also a woman with a ray gun at the ready, pacing back and forth.
How do you get a security job with a toy gun and space outfit? That's crazy. That she's actually security. She's got to be someone that just walks up and pretends to be employed, right? Like that dude who pulled up with the toll booth. You heard about that?
What?
Dude pulled up with he brought a toll booth, set it down in front of a hospital, sat there, dressed up as a guard, and worked at the toll booth for 10 years. Took money from people walking into the parking and people pulling up. No one questioned it. Everyone that worked there, including the boss, everyone.
The boss?
The boss.
The doctors?
Everyone sat there and made money for 10 years, and then one day up and fucking disappeared.
That's crazy. Yeah.
Straight up. Like, holy shit at that, right? Uniform, brought your own box, friendly to everybody, knew him by name. Hey, good morning, Joe. Good morning. All right, come on in. Here you go. All right. Lets them through, whatever, all that stuff.
Hustle and scam?
I mean,
we're talking about like doctors, the owners of the place, the patients.
Never forget. Hustle uses the system against itself. Scam invents the system. This person invented a dishonest system and stole money from people driving up to the hospital.
That's a hustle.
That is not a hustle, that's a scam.
This is scam. Okay.
The hustle uses an existing system against itself. A scam creates a dishonest system and leaves victims in its wake.
Okay, yeah.
This is not a hustle, this is a scam.
People.
You're scamming people pulling up to the hospital, probably needing that money for fucking healthcare. Because America.
Yeah.
Not a hustle.
Okay. That's rough.
Come on. But the moxie is wild. The moxie of the hustle is wild.
That's very bold.
But it is a scam. Anyways. That's Miss Oldbag for you.
I had already been caught and made into a big scoop for a certain weekly tabloid once. So I couldn't very well go out looking like myself and get caught again. And that's why I ended up using the Nickel Samurai costume.
Yeah. The scam requires a lot of effort and hard work, and you can point that out. Your Honor, there's a lot of hard work involved in this scam, but it remains a scam nonetheless. Do not get caught up. You were the one who prepared that costume, weren't you?
Yes, I took it from Global Studios. I also put it into Juan's guitar case the day before the award ceremony. You did this in preparation for the press conference, correct? Yes, Juan wanted to wear that costume and hold a press conference in it. He was going to disclose Matt's big secret there.
And what is this secret?
That I don't know. Anyway, I thought that if I were to leave Juan's room in the nickel samurai costume, then people would think that Matt was the real murderer.
You don't know.
I was very careful not to leave any fingerprints when I opened the guitar case. I absolutely did not want anyone to know about the costume.
Okay. We just don't have the information yet.
I think we've heard enough.
Far from, but regardless.
So, after that, you went back to Mr. Engard's room and planted the button.
Into Matt's hakama? Yes. After that, I folded up the costume I was wearing and put it into a bag. Then I snuck it out of the hotel and got rid of it.
My word. What does this all mean?
Mr. Edgeworth, is it? The real criminal is Matt Engard. Yesterday, that woman prosecutor sat me down for a talk.
Francisca, huh?
She said that I should, under no circumstances, confess to what I had done. That if I just kept quiet, then Matt would be found guilty for sure. I had no choice but to believe in her words.
What does Edgeworth think about her now, I wonder?
What this witness has done is clearly unlawful. However, as long as her testimony stands, we can be certain she is not the real killer.
Wait, Your Honor. The defense still...
Right. It's pointless. At this point in time, it is not possible to indict Miss Andrews on anything.
Yes, exactly. There isn't a single piece of evidence that points to her as the murderer. The cross-examination of this witness is over, and so is today's trial. You couldn't establish that the witness was the culprit. Please let it go, Mr. Wright.
But...
Mr. Edgeworth, please place Miss Andrews under arrest for further questioning.
Understood, Your Honor. The prosecution will arrange for a detention immediately.
That is all. Court is adjourned for today.
Nick is disappointingly dense.
Oh, that was a heavy hammer.
Heavy gavel. Whoa. Today's trial. It's over. And I didn't win an acquittal.
Witness, would you mind if I ask you something?
Edgeworth?
What is it? Before you leave court today, I wondered if I might look at one thing. The card in your hand has had my interest for quite some time now. What exactly is it? Oh, this? Mr. Wright also asked about this. Although I didn't remember at the time you asked me about it, Mr. Wright. I remembered just now. I found this in the room on that day.
The room?
That day? Yes. I found this card when I discovered Juan's body.
You fucking...
It was lying there right next to him. Are you serious?
Remember what I said about a normal person?
How about that?
I take it back. You found that card next to the victim's body?
I suppose I must have unconsciously slipped it into my pocket. But it's not as if this card has any relevance to Juan's murder. Right?
The gavel has struck.
Phoenix.
I'm not going to read that line.
Phoenix.
If you're listening to this LP and you're not watching it, please click on the video so that you can read this line that Phoenix Wright just said. And then you can go back to minimizing it. Because I, WoolieVersus, hi, welcome, I'm glad you're watching my channel, refuse to read that line of dialogue. Thanks.
Like, subscribe, leave a message, leave a comment.
But as far as a clue to this game, and while you're at it, subscribe to the algorithm too.
Yeah,
Let's get you over
the
there.
algorithm.
And go over to Castle Super Beast Archive and go over to Versus Wolves and click
Wolves,
subscribe
pretty
over
good.
there as well. Those are pretty low for the amount of people that actually tune in. So get the fuck over
Absolutely.
there. Come on. But as far as a clue to this case, I don't see why.
Witness that card. Give it to me. Hurry.
Thank you. For the love of Christ, Miles. Edgeworth? Oh, wait, no, hold on. Bro. Edgeworth. What happened?
Do you have any idea what you have stupidly yet inadvertently done?
Oh my god. Oh my god. Reggie. She actually was pitiful.
Actually,
He was right.
he was on the money.
He was completely right to call her
He
pitiful.
was reaching out for the truth.
This. I can't believe you hid this from me all this time. I didn't mean to.
I can't believe I bought into the idea that you might just be a normal person for a second. Yeah, fuck with the crime scene. It's not that important. Who knows? Who cares? Especially in a world where witness testimony is fact, by the way, according to the judge. Whatever is said on the stand, that's it.
What is this all about?
I've never seen Edgeworth so emotional before. Dude. Raw. That card, what in the world is it? Like, what does it even mean? What?
To be continued.
Not Fuego.
Wow. Adrian, disappointment on top of a disappointment.
How do you like your heroes? Do you like your heroes like being fucking insanely stupid and then turning up the juice to be insanely smart at times as your protagonist of your anime would be? Or do you like them always sharp, never caught missing, right? Never declines. Face card never declines.
Yeah.
But every once in a while, you gotta question their ethics to see if they're gonna go too far and pull that shit back in. What do you want? How do you like it? I'm sorry I doubted you, Miles. That was my bad. I was unfamiliar with your game.
He's the only one working hard in this court right now. He's the only real worker.
Why do I have so many saves? Because you rotate your saves if you're playing properly. It's stupid not to. Especially in a game that doesn't have the ability to go backwards in the dialogue and read from earlier